Well guys, the bait casting setup that I made the other day, I feel like the reel's just too little for that big of a rod. So I'm gonna put a conventional on that pole right here. And then I'm gonna be putting the Akomu that I have from my red rod that y'all have seen in videos. I'm gonna be putting it onto that pole. And I'm gonna make this pole into one of my main surf rods. I'm gonna be adding this reel. I'm changing the line from it. I'm putting some more of this 80-pound braid. But yeah, let's jump right in, guys. So first ordeal, we have to unscrew the reel from the rod so that we can switch it onto that pole. So that should be good. We can slide the rod off, set it to the side. We've got the extra pieces for it to screw it, bolt it to the rod, make sure it's not coming off. But let's switch our rods up. This reel is made for a conventional or like bait casting type of setup anyways, so that's why it has smaller eyelets. Let's collapse the pole. And just like that, we have our rod. Let's get our reel onto it. Need everywhere. Definitely gonna want to bolt this reel to this rod. The screwing mechanism is made for littler reels because, like I showed y'all in the previous video, this is the reel that was on this 10-foot rod, not the reel I'm wanting for it. It's little. I'm wanting something a little bit bigger that'll match the size of the rod. There we go. Got her screwed into place pretty tight. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add bolt 1, hook her up, and bolt 2, and there we go, she's on. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna find a quarter or something that I can use to screw this on. Screw it down tight, make sure this reel ain't leaving this rod. Here's a dime. So, personally, what I'll do is I'll hold the screw right here, click it into place, get my dime, and screw this top part down to the pole pretty tight. And there's one side nice and tightened. You can see it wants to lean this way. So let's get the other side matching. We gotta screw this side in. Make sure it's nice and tight bolted to the rod. Hold the bottom screw. Get it started. Here, I'm gonna use my finger to get it started. just like that, guys. She is sturdy. She is stuck on there. When she's in full length, she will be good to go. Alright. So what I'm going to be doing now, guys, is taking all the line off of this one and putting on our 80-pound braid from earlier, and then attaching it to this pole. Just like that, guys. Got her all clean of line. Let's screw her onto our pole so that we can screw our new line on. Make sure she's on nice and tight. We don't want her to pop loose while I'm reeling in a fish. Alright, now I'm going to show y'all how I tie on threaded, because it's a little different than mono. So let's jump into it. So personally, what I like to do for braided, put it through the top eyelet, and then always make sure your bail is open. Then you're gonna just one single granny knot done. Now you're gonna go back around, tie a second granny knot, pull it tight, and then what I personally like to do is, when I'm making sure it's tight, twist it around a few times and then tie your third and final granny knot. This should keep it really tight. And just pull it tight. And then I just wrap it around like 2 or 3 times to make sure the connection's good in there. Close the bail, and then I just reel it in. So I'm gonna set our roll of braided on the ground. Make sure when you're reeling it in, you want to hold your line tight so that it goes on nice and tight and stays on nice and tight. And because it doesn't always do it the most even, you can see it's bulging up here and bulging down here and pretty empty in the middle. What I'll do is I'll lift the bale and just go around the middle until it looks about evened. Sure, when you're going around, you keep it held tight. Then, when you think it looks about good, close your bale again, pull it tight. So I'll pull it tight on the actual main line itself, and then I'll hold the main line, grab your knife, and just take it and cut her off. There we go. This is now, you're gonna see it in a later video when I go over to the beach and go sailfish or surf fishing. Alright, well guys, thank you very much for watching. Obviously, I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video, but I am going to end this video here. Please, if you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help the channel to grow. And that's it. See y'all in the next one.